Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm sure you're just fired up to get into this nonsense on this beautiful,
On
wonderful
this
Friday.
beautiful, beautiful
Some
day.
may say it's one of the best Fridays there's ever been.
I'm so happy that
Um,
it's Friday yet again. This is one of the
oh
most
yeah,
important days of the week for me. I really do appreciate sitting down and talking with you for a bit.
yeah. No, I the only day out of the week at work that I work hard is Friday because I know the harder I work, the earlier I get to like fuck off and go home. And I can sit down for this little fireside chat we do.
Oh my gosh, Fireside Chat. Are you referencing, which one was it? Franklin Delano
Yeah.
Roosevelt?
Yo, is that an FDR reference, bro?
FDR
Dude, that's
reference in the
crazy.
pod? This is insane.
Dude, a Franklin Delano Roosevelt reference? Holy shit, dude.
What's funny is that if Roosevelt didn't pass away in office, he probably would have lasted longer than Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure he's like the only president in history where they're like, yeah, you're doing such a good job for the country that we're gonna let you fucking be president for a third time or something
I
like
think
that.
he had it almost down for 5 terms, and then he
Yeah,
passed away on the fifth term, which is
yeah.
insane to think about.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, and he had fucking
Longevity is
polio and
crazy
shit.
there, yeah.
Like he was super disabled. You'd think he would only have lasted maybe 2 terms before dying, but I mean, he's putting up Joe Biden numbers. With like, like FDR should have been dead like 2 terms in, and
Yeah,
Biden should have been dead halfway through this term. So,
well, saying
um,
should have is a strong term. We I just think that Biden has a lot of issues mentally, and that's what people critique him the most about. I don't
yeah,
think there's anything else to really get all fussy about. They had to go into
yeah. I mean,
exposing
there
his
there is,
family
but
to make him look bad, which I thought was
yeah, they
interesting.
did the same thing to they did the same thing to Trump though. Like the
Yeah.
media was constantly talking shit about his kids. So, I
Now
mean,
Barron's
we're gonna
tall
go
enough
open
to be a
season with the
basketball
Trumpster.
player, so it's fine.
Yeah, no, he literally could put up Wilt Chamberlain numbers without even fucking trying.
Can you imagine Barron Trump on like the Knicks or something, scoring like 29 points a game?
Yeah, no, he
Insane.
fucking crosses out LeBron. LeBron just breaks his knees and he's done. He's like
That's
he
an
gets
awesome
crossed
image.
by Barron Trump and he retires at the end of that game.
Barron Trump ruined my life goal of playing with my son because
So
he broke my ankles. Yeah, what's up? Uh,
yeah, yeah, LeBron James does a Draw My Life YouTube video and it's just him bashing the Trump dynasty because Barron Trump annihilated him on the court that one time.
oh man,
Um
I'm
so
trying
I
my
found
hardest not to
this psycho
reference,
online.
not to reference late news, like in the week late news. But there is a whole OJ thing that we can talk about at the end.
Now
I
you might as
guess
well.
we can talk about it
Oh
at
yeah,
the end.
OJ died.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What were you gonna say
yeah,
about?
sure.
What were you gonna say about
No,
the
but
other thing?
I found this, I found this fucking psycho online.
Oh
His
my.
name is, maybe you've heard of him. His name is Andy Ditch. Have
No
you heard of this
clue.
guy? The poop squatch.
That sounds awesome, but I've never heard of it.
No, this guy. So, we're both pretty caught up on all the Chris Chan shit.
Ah, yes,
This guy makes
Christian,
Chris
yes.
Chan look like a functioning member of society. Um, it's to the point with this Andy Ditch guy. He's gone so like down the fucking tubes as a human being.
Mm.
He's considered a horror cow instead of a lol cow, which I
Oh
guess
my.
is a new term for a lol cow that's just gone off.
Just
Like, there's the
terrifying.
deep end of the pool,
Yeah.
and then there's where that fucking submarine went earlier this year and it fucking imploded. That's Andy Ditch is about there. Chris
Holy
Chan's in the
moly.
deep end. But Andy Ditch, this guy's fucked. So,
Is it the guy that
um,
that he doesn't realize what's reality and what's fantasy, and he goes to an Olive Garden and freaks out for an hour? Is it that guy? Because I've seen that before.
no,
Where he's like, "Hey guys,
no,
on
it's not
TikTok,
him.
I pulled the fire alarm at the Olive Garden, and now I'm
Oh,
getting
fucking
arrested."
World of T-shirts, Josh Block. It's
Maybe.
either him or Daniel Larson.
I
It's one
think
of
it
the
was
two of them.
Daniel
They're both pretty
Larson.
degenerate.
I was thinking of
Yeah,
Daniel
that seems
Larson.
like that's a very Larsinian thing to do, I think.
Yeah, it
But no,
was
Andy Ditch. So
interesting.
your first inclination of this guy's just depravity, diaper fetishist.
Oh my.
Let's just throw that shit out there. Scat
Not a
fetishist.
good look here.
Yeah, so already we're looking pretty bad with those two things
Yeah.
right there. He's convinced that he has autism,
Ah.
and you could there could be what's the word I'm looking for, like some plausible deniability or whatever,
Mm.
that he doesn't have autism, other than the fact that this guy willingly posted his medical documents
Oh.
online
Oh no.
because he was trying to prove that he had autism, and the medical records illicitly said no autism detected or
Huh.
something to that
How do
extent.
you even measure said thing in any case?
I don't know.
Would it just be a doctor looking at like certain telltale signs and then telling you?
Yeah, like is it out of 10 or
Yeah.
something? You only have 3 autisms out
Yeah,
of
you
10.
only got
Therefore,
three,
you don't
buddy.
have autism.
You only got three. You can only put it on your medical records. Minor
Yeah. You have
autism.
to have you have to have a minimum of 5 autisms to be considered autistic. Sorry, pal.
I honestly
Um
don't know how that is equated. I don't know how they figure that out ever.
yeah,
Maybe
neither
it's
do
just
I.
the fact of like no eye contact or wearing soundproof headphones or something,
Yeah.
and
Well,
those are like telltale signs. I don't
that's
know.
another thing Andy Ditch does is he wears fucking like shooting range like
Yeah.
headphones. But he doesn't actually need them. He just does it for attention. And
Mm.
this can be corroborated by the fact that he has uploaded videos himself showing him at like loud ass fucking rock concerts and shit. And he doesn't have those fucking headphones on. So
Like
it's like,
it's funny to look at people that wear the gun range headphones and
yeah,
shit, especially when they're past the age of like I don't know, like 12, because it's kind of
yeah,
obvious that there might be something there, but you don't want to
yeah.
assume
Well,
either, you know?
yeah, well, friend of the show, Andy Ditch, he's 38
Oh God!
and
Oh
he
no!
lives yeah, he lives with his elderly parents and I think it's his younger brother or
Mm,
something like that. And his younger brother also lives at home. But no, his parents are like fucking his mom's like gravely ill. His dad is the one taking care of his mom, and I guess
mm,
by extension Andy Ditch because Andy is just like fucked in the head. Like
yeah.
there is evidence of him having like mental health problems. Like it's confirmed he has like schizoaffective disorder, and
Whoa!
he has a history of wanting his mom to die, I
Oh
guess,
God!
which apparently you could throw that in a medical document. I was
How?
not aware.
Wow! That's
Yeah,
something.
so yeah, there's a bunch of videos of this guy. There's one in specific that's really fucked where he's acting like a fucking baby and
Mm,
he's like wearing his diaper and shit. And his mom he's in the room with his mom. His mom's using like one of those like toilet walkers. Have you ever seen one of those that like really fat fucking people use or like old people? Like
yeah.
you could be walking through your house and then like, oh, I guess I have diarrhea, and then pop a squat wherever the hell you are and just start just shitting.
I
His
think
mom was
that
on one
was
of
a
these.
man's invention in like 1996 where he just sat in his recliner and cut a hole in it. I think that used to be a man's invention from like the 90s.
Yeah, just to think of a guy doing that for like years and years, and then all of a sudden one day he's like, "Dude, I got the best fucking idea ever. I'm gonna make one of these and I'm gonna sell it to fucking fat people and old people who have fucking C. diff or whatever, and then they can have diarrhea wherever they want, just like me."
Such a real invention, something everybody needs.
I love
a,
this
toi-
invention. It's amazing. Some may say
a
Andy Ditch
toilet
is
in the presidential office chair is all I ever wanted.
Andy Ditch. His mother uses one. Great lady. Andy Ditch wears diapers like me and poops himself like I do. He's quite a great man, amazing man.
I just
But
know,
no,
like
go ahead.
the comparison that my brain is trying to make is that you have to be so like messed up genetically to do said things, right?
Yeah,
And for some reason that relates to my brain squishmallow girls. I don't know why there's a comparison in my brain about it. But
yeah. I
it's
feel like
like
Squishmallow girls probably wear diapers too.
yeah,
That seems.
it's like the same amount of weird and crazy and just genetic issue, you know? It's the same level
Yeah,
in my brain. I don't know why, but it is.
yeah.
Sorry.
But continuing this Andy Ditch fucking classic Andy Ditch story. Everybody knows this one. It's
Everybody knows
amazing.
him. He's my favorite.
Um, but no, his mom's using the fucking Walker porta potty and she fucking falls on the floor like mid piss, I guess. Which is I shouldn't be laughing because we're laughing at a fucking terminally ill old woman.
Yeah, that is true. We will
But
apologize ahead of
the
time on the
the way I
laughs here.
explain it is pretty funny. I won't deny that. But no, so she falls and then Andy Ditch is and I'm trying really hard not to call this guy retarded.
Yeah.
He's just sitting on the fucking bed and he's like, "Dad, mom fell over. Mom fell." And his dad's like, "Can you pick her up?" And he's like, "No, I can't. I'm relaxing for my mental well-being or something like
What?
that." So his dad has to like fucking pick his chronically ill fucking wife off the floor while his man-child son just watches and bitches and moans and complains. And I think at some point he even insults his mom and calls her lazy or something.
What in the world?
Yeah, this guy, he's insane. And I mean, he just like he posts pictures of his shit online all the time after he's shit himself and
This sounds like Nakado Avocado's private pictures
yeah.
situation.
No, I know way too much about this guy's fucking toilet habits and shit just from quote unquote
Quote
researching him
unquote
this week.
research.
Yeah, because calling it research, I wasn't even researching him for the show. I was just like morbidly interested because I kept finding more and more and more shit, no pun intended, about Andy Ditch, and it just like I don't know. It's like, holy shit, World War II happened, and then you start reading about World War II. Oh
Yeah.
damn, D-Day happened.
Oh
Oh,
damn, this is all
and then
related to World War One. Oh
yeah, and then
damn,
the
they
deeper
had
you
gas
get, like
grenades.
you're
This
like,
shit is crazy.
yeah, and then the deeper you get, you're like, oh my god, the Holocaust
Yeah,
happened.
yeah.
And that's kind of what it's like reading about Andy Ditch and watching these videos. There's this guy, I forget what his YouTube channel is, but he has a series on it called Squatch Watch, and it's just all re-uploading his Andy's deleted videos and like just like a bunch of just shit about him.
Hell yeah.
I could literally waste an entire hour of this podcast chronicling this guy, but I don't know, should I? Like, is that
Uh,
should
I
I just keep going?
I think I'm gonna sway you off into just talking about Chris Chan real quick.
All right, yeah,
Uh,
that's fine because I can only talk about Andy Ditch having diarrhea and wearing diapers and abusing his parents for so
yeah.
long before I go insane.
I guess the Chris Chan documentary is at the point where he gets arrested for all the nasty stuff he did.
And that happened like what,
Yeah,
4 years ago
three
now?
years ago. So
Holy
that
shit.
means there's only like, I don't know, like 7 episodes left of the
Until some
documentary.
more insane shit happens on
Yeah,
Chris Chan's end.
like
And
quite
until
literally,
Chris
there's
Chan
going to
starts
be a
doing some
time
Andy
skip.
Ditch,
I think there might be a time skip in the documentary, which is
like a
going to be
fucking movie
interesting.
series.
Yeah, they're gonna do a Dragon Ball and skip like 3 years worth of history and just get to the final bits. And by final, I mean the point in the story where we are now, kind of shit. Uh, the Chris Chan doc
Yeah.
has been around since like I don't know, like 2017, something like that, and it just
Yeah,
keeps
20
going.
2017 sounds right because that's when I found it. I found it not to brag, but I've
Yeah.
been a Geno Samuel Chris Chan documentary watcher since probably episode 10
Mm.
or something.
Yeah, I
Like
don't think I
our buddy
stumbled
Tyler
across
showed
it
it to me.
until part 13, and I've watched every part with curiosity ever since. Now
Yeah,
we're on
same. Well,
episode like 78 or something, and it's just
yeah,
gonna keep going.
I haven't watched the past couple episodes of the Chris Chan doc, but I probably should. I mean, I don't know, it's just a lot of it's at a point now. I mean, we're getting to like the crime in question, which
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
definitely want to watch that, but it just a lot of the episodes just kind of blend together in my mind because it's just talking about like schizo posting that Chris has done on Twitter.
yeah.
And like
He
that's
he
literally the
quite
past like
literally forgot who he is as a person and just started identifying as a Sonichu, which
he's
is
not even
insane.
Chris Chan anymore. He's just fucking Sonichu.
Yeah, he's
He's like all of the
Sonichu. He's
Sonichus.
a goddess Sonichu creature person in the universe of Sonichu, but it also translates to real life somehow.
Didn't didn't he in one video he pretended to be his dead dad?
I
He was
think
like, "Oh,
so. I think he
he
did
like
that.
he
Yeah.
did like a terrible shitty old man voice."
Hey
And he was all like,
guys,
"Oh,
it's
I love."
me.
No, yours is better than like fucking Chris's probably was. Chris was probably just like, "Oh, my son's doing great and I love it here in Quickville." That was
I am possessing him, and I am here now. Please support him.
yeah, give my son more money to spend on
Please
Legos.
put it on his eBay account. So buy his shirts. Buy his shirts. Buy his comics. His original comics. Buy them. Buy them.
Yeah, and I
I'm trying to
just
get all
like
the stutters in because Chris Chan stutters quite a lot.
yeah, and I mean kind like staying on topic but going back to Andy Ditch, like comparing him to Chris Chan. At least Chris Chan blows his money on useless shit that like is somewhat enriching. Andy
Yeah.
Ditch just blows his fucking money on diapers for him to shit in, which is just fucking it blows my mind. I think that's the only thing
It
that
reminds
guy
me
spends
of
his money on. Like Chris Chan's way better off than this fucking
it
guy.
reminds me of the I don't remember the exact name of the person, but there's a guy who got in trouble for being a gooner. and
What?
he and he, and
You're
he
locking
was
us up for gooning now? Are you fucking kidding me? This is bullshit, dude.
I just remember a guy got in trouble for being a gooner and also like a child predator in the same like year, and it was
Holy shit.
insane. I don't
Okay, well,
remember any of it besides the guy just like filming himself gooning.
yeah, if you're doing Little League gooning, you can't be doing that shit at all. Little League gooning will that'll send you to prison. Regular goon, like do varsity,
Yeah,
do varsity gooning or like D1 gooning or something. Don't be
I
doing Little League.
I guess Super Mega was playing the 50 Cent Blood in the Sand game in like
Yeah.
2016, and they said goon, and then Matt went, "Oh yeah, goon is gonna be like a different term completely soon. I can feel it."
Yeah, well,
He
when I
knew
was in
ahead of
school,
time.
gooning was considered going to the park and smoking weed and being loud and getting the cops called on you for loitering
Mm.
and then leaving. That's what gooning was. Like We'd get together after school and be like, "Hey man, you want to go goon around at so and so's house?" And we'd be like, "Yeah," but now you say you want to go goon around at so and so's house, it sounds like you're going to molest them or
Yeah.
like do some weird shit.
Gooning
You know?
is not what it used to be.
Yeah.
Bring back
No, if
my
they
type of gooning.
yeah, and if they get rid of gooning altogether, like I'm gonna be really fucking pissed because as it
Yeah.
stands, I think gooning's in a pretty good spot. Like there's no like I said, unless you're doing little league gooning, there's
Yeah.
no legal repercussions to just doing regular gooning.
I think,
Um,
by the way, this part of the pod is literally fine in my book. I do not mind talking about these topics,
Neither do I.
especially since I've heard bigger podcasts say the word gooning before, so we are fine.
We can say whatever we want on
We
this
are
show.
fine, yeah. I just want to point that out in case there's a critique of us talking about it for this long or anything.
No, dude, I talked about Andy Ditch for way longer than we've
Yeah.
talked about gooning. There's no reason we should feel guilty. And that's another thing, dude. People are out here, they're trying to like guilt trip people into like feeling bad about gooning, and that's just like fucked up. Like they're not
Gooning
doing
is
that to
just a
the
way
edging
of
community.
life. Leave them
Yeah, it is a way
alone.
of life, dude. Like nobody's on like edgers cases. Like there are people who edge constantly and nobody's bitching at them, but God forbid a fucking gooner comes in the room and says like, "Hey, what's up, guys? I fucking brought brownies. Like,
Hell yeah.
let's hang out." Like, no, fuck off. We don't want your gooning around here.
We don't
Like,
want your
come
type
on,
here,
guys.
sir.
Fine, I'll just find other gooners to hang out with since you guys haven't even came yet and you've been edging for 25 minutes prior to me showing up.
The image of a guy being all pissed about being anti-goon is the funniest
Yeah, well, he's entering a room
situation
full of
ever.
people edging, so they're all like jacking their dicks, like they're mid jack off when he shows up, and he's got a tray of fucking brownies with him, like he's ready to
He's
go
just
have
trying
a
to be
good time.
friendly.
Yeah, like he's offering you gifts. Why would you not accept gifts from a gooner,
uh,
let alone anybody?
Last week I started the show talking about wrestling Twitter, and it was mostly because of a brand called All Elite Wrestling, which at the moment is really shit. Wednesday, they were trying to expose a guy that went back to the WWE for being a piece of shit, but
Oh, nice.
the footage that they used made him look good instead. So they shot themselves in the foot by even releasing that footage, and I thought it
That
was funny.
rules.
They were
That dude,
like,
that dude has to thank the what did the WWE release or
All
was the
Elite
other
Wrestling was making
All
fun
Elite?
of WWE's CM Punk and showed that footage Wednesday. And everybody clowned on them. They were like, "Are you kidding me? This shit happened in August. Why are you bringing it up in April? It's been 8 months. Leave it alone."
How about what if they did CM Punked and
Ah,
it was hosted
it's a
by CM
prank show.
Punk?
It's a prank show.
Yeah, and the prank
Yeah.
is they'll get somebody like Margot Robbie
Oh
and they'll
shit.
like set her up real good. And then when the prank is ready to be executed, CM Punk comes out and fucking grabs her by the neck and choke slams her into a wall and is like,
Holy
"You just
shit.
punked! Oh!"
CM
Dude,
Punk.
that would be the best.
CM Punk does not have that energy at all. Instead, it'd be closer to a jackass with the giant hand. And they would just smack her into a wall, and he would go, "Hi, you got punked. Hi, get
Yeah,
fucked."
CM Punk, he like fucking choke slams her into a fucking through a wall, and he's like, "Yo, I got your ass! Yo, this is CM Punk, and we just CM Punked Margot Robbie." That would be the best fucking show ever. I'd never miss an episode of that.
I think it'd be funny if they did Punked or whatever, and they had CM Punk host it, but he only pranked other wrestlers. So he like tussles out John Cena into a tunnel, and he's like, "Yeah, just wait here." And then a mariachi band comes around him, and then a different wrestler beats the shit out of John Cena, and
Dude,
and then Punk comes out and goes, "You
they
got
could get
punked, you got
they could
punked."
they could get the mariachi band. They could be like
Oh
wrestlers,
shit!
but just dressed up as the
Oh,
mariachi
that'd be
band.
fucking awesome,
And then
actually.
fucking Cena has to do a 5-on-1 tunnel match in a concrete sewage tunnel against
Dude,
five No, they're not
it's
even
not
wrestlers.
even.
They're just five Mexicans they found at the Home Depot, dressed them up in
They
mariachi
paid
outfits, and
each
now
of
Cena
them
has to
so
do a
much.
1v5 like in Search and Destroy on Call of Duty against these fucking Mexican guys.
He AAs a couple of them through a table. He throws another guy against the wall and like punches him in the gut, and he starts flexing and being like, "Yeah, you can't see me. I'm Mr. Cena, bitch!" And he's
But
getting
the
all
the final
excited.
the final guy's like one of those like short Mexicans who's like really buff. So this dude's just like clinging to John Cena's leg and like just
There,
because just
there is
sheer
a bad
fucking
guy
concrete
Hispanic.
strength.
There is a bad guy Hispanic group, so perhaps he could face off against the bad guy Hispanic group that's disguised as mariachi. That
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 would
could
be a cool
work.
concept.
Yeah.
Though I think it's much funnier if they're just like random illegals from the hardware store. That would be fucking
They
awesome.
paid
Because
them
those
all like
guys
a
like
hundred pesos
yeah, yeah,
to
they
go to
not
work.
even that, dude. Like 50 fucking pesos and a box of Apple
It's such an
Jacks.
undercut. That's awesome.
They do it
That's
though,
quite
dude.
literally what they're doing in the job
You
market right
find them,
now, by the
you find
way.
them at a Home Depot in America and you pay them in pesos, a fucking money they can't even use in the
Yeah,
country.
yeah.
Dude, that's so fucked.
I just know Hispanic owners are doing that in certain companies right now because of all the Mexicans coming up. They're
Oh, I don't doubt it.
undercutting all the Mexicans' pay rates and putting them in pesos.
Wait, so they're taking like the illegals that have been here for a while and they're already them and they're undercutting them with
Yeah,
the new illegals coming in?
yeah.
Holy shit.
Like
That's
it's a
like
cycle of violence, but only with undercut pay. It's
damn, I gotta
insane.
I gotta fucking do that. If I ever start a business, I'm
Yeah,
absolutely doing that shit.
technically it should be an illegal practice because you're literally dealing with illegal immigrants.
Yeah. Well, it's because they're working with illegal immigrants. Those people really don't have any legal protection in this country. And if they go for it,
Yeah,
I mean, they're going to get arrested and probably deported. And I mean, if Trump becomes president at the end of the year, they're absolutely getting deported.
yeah.
Like
It's
there's
gonna be
no
fun
ifs,
to
ands, or
see
buts.
if Trump reinforces the wall discussion and all that
Um, I
because
don't think.
he was saying in advance, like when he was president, that we need to maintain that border better. And now the border's
Yeah.
broken, so I
Well,
don't know.
like in 2016, Trump was like rallied behind the whole like build a wall rhetoric.
Yeah,
Um, which agree, disagree. That's not really what I'm here to talk about.
yeah.
I feel like he's kind of gotten away from like, oh, we need to build a wall and the border will be fine. It's more like we need to militarize the border and make it so that we can shoot these fuckers on sight anytime
I
they
don't
cross.
think that's a good solution, though.
It's not.
Yeah.
And that's not to say like that's exactly what his rhetoric is or whatever. Because honestly, I don't fucking know. I really
I
haven't been keeping
I
up.
don't
I just
know.
watch his. I just listen to what Trump's. I don't listen to what he says. I listen to how he says things, and I'm like, all right, yeah, this
Yeah,
is funny.
it's trying to help your impersonation, your
Yeah,
voice
yeah,
for it.
and occasionally he'll just say some like really fucking funny
I want
shit,
to
and
go
it's
to Idaho and talk to the potatoes. That's
yeah,
all I want to do.
like the first time he said Meatball Ron for Ron DeSantis, I watched that shit. I think I watched it on Fox is when it was playing, and I was just like, just fucking laughing my ass off.
Yeah.
And he had some other fucking name for Nikki Haley. And then there's
One of
another
the
candidate where he just straight up called this other candidate a fucking crackhead. Like, just
wow.
didn't even think of a funny nickname for the guy or anything. He was like, "Oh, he's a crackhead." Like,
I
holy
just
shit!
know
All right.
I just know I started one of the videos that I've worked on with Mr. Joe Biden saying Minnesota. And that is even a sound effect in the server we record these podcasts on.
Oh yeah, that's right. It is a sound effect. Let's give the viewers a
Minnesota.
taste. Let's give the viewers a taste right now.
Okay. I thought you were going to pull that up.
Oh, I thought you were. I guess I can. How do I? Well, here's my problem. I don't know how to quite access the soundboard. Wait, maybe I just found it. This is figure out Discord interface with Shane.
It
Here we
is
go.
in the VC, yes.
All right. All right. Get ready, guys.
Minnesota!
Yeah.
Minnesota! It's like the best little sound bit we have in here at the moment. There's only like 6 sound bits.
Yeah, we need like
A lot of
like
them are not good for
need
the
like a
ears.
no, we need a like a sensor bleep sound.
Yeah?
Yeah, so I don't have to do it like boop whenever I want to reference the N-word or something.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
I mean,
I don't do it that much.
we have not said quite so terrible words in a while, which is a good thing.
No.
We are straying
I mean,
away, which is a
yeah,
good thing.
in about I think it's been an episode since we've said anything
Yeah,
super
we
fucked up.
we
I don't
haven't
even think
said any harsh words in a bit.
we've barely said anything fucked up on this show at all, as far as I know. I mean, I think compared to some other shit I've heard, we're keeping it casual on here. That's how we like it.
I really appreciate how calm this podcast is, or I'd be losing my mind half the time trying to figure out
Yeah.
what to talk about.
Even though I've been screaming and yelling shit because no one's home.
I mean, it'll be a surprise for people who make it to that point in the podcast to hear you scream around about
I hope they
CM
do.
Punk's pranks.
I thought that
It'd be
CM Punk
very
bit was really
funny.
fucking funny.
I don't know.
I just came up with that.
Maybe the title for this one will be like CM Punked or something. I'll have to think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll discuss it after we're done, like we normally do.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
I'm always happy with how these recordings turn out, and I think something that we could look into maybe next time or the time after, depending on where you are, we could start doing face cam.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. I could
We've talked about the possible areas we could be at before, but I still think it'd be funny.
Yeah, I could just get a bunch of LED light bars and just put them haphazardly up on my wall and be like, hey guys, this is my podcasting setup. I'll give you the podcasting room tour."
I have some LED lights in my room, but I haven't used them in years. It's been literally like a year and a half since I used the light strip on my bed. Not because of any sexual encounter, just because I haven't I haven't touched it. That's literally it. I also have a video board that I might put up somewhere to like give extra colorful lights in the background.
I forgot you had that. Dude, we could put some really funny shit on the video board.
I could put one that just says something about OJ and keep it there
just
forever.
R.I.P. OJ. That would be funny as shit.
I think we have reached a deep enough point to actually start talking about OJ if you want to. It's up to you.
Yeah. No, let's talk about OJ. So the juice died.
Yeah.
The juice has been juiced.
The man that your Xbox profile picture is no more.
Yeah, somehow I didn't put that together, and it's weird because every time I turn on the console, I see my profile picture big on the 60-inch TV screen with a little loading thing going around. But you want to hear something bullshit about that? So I went through like two or three different fucking gamer pictures just to get to that. The first
Yeah.
one, I don't remember what it was, but it
I
got
know there was
banned.
Trump for one of them, and they were getting
Yeah,
all pissy with you.
I had some, or maybe it was Donald Trump themed. I don't know. I just remember uh, I had
Osama
Osama
bin
bin
Laden.
Laden, yeah, as my profile picture for a while.
Mm.
Like maybe 6 to 8 months, but eventually that got taken out. No bin Laden allowed. So I was like, fuck. So I tried a couple of other despots in history, and none of that
Yeah.
worked until I stumbled upon O.J. Simpson putting the glove on, one of his most famous pictures. And that's been sticking with me for years now. So I guess I figured out. Oh well, the reason I'm remembering this just because you reminded me. I um I was like, man, I could probably work with O.J. Simpson because he's black,
Yeah.
and that's not me being racist or anything. It's Microsoft. They don't
Microsoft is
like.
strange about these
Yeah,
things.
they're quote unquote a woke company. So I
Yeah.
was like, if I put a black man as my profile picture, they probably won't take it away because that would be racist.
Yeah.
And sure enough, they haven't fucking taken it away.
It just so happens to be OJ putting the glove on as
Yeah,
well.
OJ with the glove.
Like that would be like if I put on like a shooter that everybody references as my profile pic
Yeah.
and it doesn't get me banned or anything.
Yeah, well, um it would be like Hitler without the mustache.
Yeah.
Like if I posted it, if my profile picture on that was like him without the glove, it would be like Hitler without the mustache, like getting lunch. No, I have the picture of him with the fucking glove. It's obvious who is on the profile picture. Wouldn't it be ironic if I turn on my Xbox after this and
Oh
I
my
didn't have
gosh.
that profile
Can you
picture
imagine
anymore?
if Microsoft's intruding on our Discord call
Yeah, it's
and
like they
pulls it
just
out?
remembered. Yeah, the fucking terms of service people like just remembered who OJ Simpson was because he died yesterday, and they're like, "Damn,
Yeah.
we got to get rid of this."
It's a dang shame that that man passed, especially since he was a great football player.
Yeah.
It does not
I guess
mean that everything else he did was great, though.
my mom's told me that back in the day, like black people really did not like OJ Simpson, I guess.
Huh. Is it
Like they
because he
thought he
was in Naked Gun and stuff as like a dumb character?
No, I think it's just because like they thought that he acted quote unquote too white or
Mm.
something like that. And they're like, "Oh, he ain't no real boop." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Good censor, by the way. 10 out of 10.
yeah,
Boop.
thanks. It was pretty on top of it, wasn't it?
I
But
I just think it's funny that after the fact, everybody was like, just remember, OJ said this in the behind the scenes thing, and this girl was like, OJ came up to me and it was terrifying, and he had a knife and he mimicked Psycho around that lady.
oh yeah, isn't there a video of that happening?
Yeah. It's like the most interesting video I've seen of Mr. Simpson.
Yeah, well, he also wrote a book called "If I Did It."
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
he's
I didn't
kind
kill
of.
my wife. However,
Yeah.
here is how I might possibly do it if I were to have done it.
Hmm.
Like that is so fucking crazy that he wrote like he wrote a book about it. Okay, that's
Yeah.
crazy on its own.
Then he
To
made a
title it,
Twitter. Uh,
well, to title it "If I Did It," if I
yeah.
did it is fucking insane,
I
dude.
I just know on one of the Twitter videos, he referenced it, and he was like, "Yeah, if I did it, might be a true story." Wink at the camera, and everybody was like,
Jeez.
"What?"
Yeah, calm
like,
down, Juice.
like my gosh, you got away with it. It doesn't mean you got to gloat about it. My
Did you see
lord.
the Borat 2 interview that he did with OJ, have you ever seen that video?
No,
Well, in the
unfortunately.
second Borat movie, he interviews OJ Simpson,
Hmm.
and he's constantly just like bringing. He's asking. Basically, I think the main joke is just constantly asking OJ like, if my wife had cheated on me, how would I do a good job at kill her? And he's like asking him about like the best stabbing technique and shit. It's really fucking crazy because he's doing it right in front of a guy who more likely than not actually killed his fucking wife.
Yeah.
Like
I,
it's insane.
the worst thing about the whole OJ thing is that Norm Macdonald passed away before him, so Norm couldn't even make fun of him after he died.
Yeah, that
Which is the
really
worst part
sucks.
about
And that
this
was like
situation.
that was a big thing on Weekend Update.
Yeah,
Like Norm would just come in hot and
it's
they
mostly
wouldn't
because
even
of all the writers making fun of OJ, and he was just the
yeah.
person to read it.
Well, not only that, but there were some times where they weren't even talking about O.J. Simpson, and Norm would just toss a joke in there. Because like part of the reason I think he got fired was because he would make jokes on the spot
Yeah,
sometime, and not all of them were very fuck. What's that term I used last week? Too funny for TV.
yeah.
That's some of the
It
shit that
wasn't
he was.
very PC of him.
Yeah, yeah. So they would just be talking about like, fucking Bill Clinton got his dick sucked like OJ before he fucking killed that bitch, or like just like out of the blue, like completely unrelated subjects, and Norm's just there gunning down OJ Simpson with his jokes.
I just know on Twitter.com everybody was talking about Norm, and they even referenced that he could have said, "OJ is so lucky to have known that this is that the killer is now dead," or something like that.
Yeah, that would have been a good Norm joke. I
I
wish that
I
guy
don't
didn't
know.
die. That guy was way too fucking funny.
Yeah, I just know.
Both of them, honestly, but
I just know it was an interesting experience yesterday because everybody had to continue to mention, "Oh yeah, he got acquitted," and then they went, "Oh yeah, and he was a football guy." You
oh
know,
yeah,
like
yeah, I
football
didn't
came
know.
second in that guy's life after
Yeah, I
that
knew
point.
OJ as a criminal before I knew him as a football player in my
Yeah,
life growing up.
I guess so. Yeah, it's just weird in a way to have such a situation happen and then it represents you when you're gone. You know, it's strange.
Do you think like the OJ shit happening, that's why Michael Jordan never made more movies? Like he did Space Jam and that was it.
I don't think those are related. I
Well,
just
yeah, but like
think,
they're both black athletes who were
yeah,
like getting into the realm of acting, I guess.
I
And
just
then
think MJ saw a bunch of money in Warner Brothers' pockets, and he went, "I'm taking that," and that was it. I don't think there was
yeah, let me
any
hold that
additional.
pocket.
Yeah,
That's
let
what
me get that
he
pocket
said.
real quick. I need that pocket. I dropped my pocket. Can I have yours?
Can I have yours?
Remember the old ass fucking like middle school prank of going dropped your pocket and then pointing at the
Yeah,
ground?
I
I
still do that
I got
sometimes.
caught in that shit like every week. Same thing with there's gullible on the ceiling and I would look up. I was very bad on pranks in middle school.
There is a fucking another one too, and I can't remember. Oh yeah, your socks untied. Anybody ever hit you with that one?
I always got stuck with the oh yeah, your zippers your zippers down and I will look down and
Oh,
they would smack me in the chin with their pointer finger.
dude, that's the worst fucking one because nobody wants their fucking no dude at least wants their fucking fly down.
Yeah.
That's like the worst one ever because like you genuinely could not know. Like there's times where I walk into work and my fly's down just because I forgot to zip it up because
Mm.
I'm so fucking tired. When I wake up, I just forget to zip it, I guess.
And then in high school there was this whole thing called neck or something like that where like a gentleman of the African persuasion Uh,
Wow.
he would have very dry hands, and he would slide his two fingers across your neck when you look down.
Oh hell no, dude. You are not getting me with that. That's violating right
Yeah,
there.
that happened to me once, and then I had like the most stern, like "don't do that shit" face I could make, and it never happened again. So
Yeah, well,
there's that.
we had this buddy Jacob, and he'd always do shit like that to fucking fuck with us and piss us off.
Yeah,
And I remember because I anytime I'm wearing wired headphones, my fucking headphones, if it gets ripped out, it immediately like I see red and I'm ready to
yeah.
like fucking fuck something up. And one time I'm walking and he comes up and we're bullshitting, and then out of nowhere I only had one earbud and he pulled my earbud out of my ear, and I fucking just pulled my fucking hand back and I backhanded him like right in the front of the face. He was walking next to me, like right in his like mouth is where
Damn.
like I felt my knuckles like connect with his gums through his lips. And like I hit him hard for that, and he never fucked with my headphones again, dude.
Oh man, I haven't thought about mini pranks. I think twice there was ladies in older classes that were trying to say they were interested in me, but I could tell it was a prank because they would keep chuckling the whole time. Not a
You
good
should have
time.
just told him. You should have just told him you were gay.
I I think both times I just went, yeah, I'm not interested, and
They
they
probably would
chuckled
have
and
been
walked away.
if they were like fucking with you and you said like I'm gay. They probably would have been friends with you after that, and then you could have gotten
Honestly, there
invited to the
probably
girls'
would be. There
sleepover.
would have been a
You could have gotten
chance.
invited to the sleepover. That would have been
Yeah.
the most Chad move
I
ever.
would have been the one fella at the ladies get together.
Yeah, you would
Yeah.
have come back to school after going to the girls' sleepover, and you'd be like John Barcelona after getting the fucking Medal of Honor in World War II. Just fucking everybody
Hell
wants to
yeah.
suck your dick.
Yeah, hell yeah. Oh man. Oh. I haven't thought about all the pranks and shit that would go on in my school that often. I
No,
remember one guy was trying to do a senior prank one year, and he was gonna leave a vehicle on the roof. And I was like, how are you going to get a car or like a motorcycle or anything on the roof of the school, you idiot?
yeah, my dad, he runs the fucking helicopter company,
Yeah,
so
my
we're gonna
dad,
put a
he
fucking
owns
car
a
on the roof.
queen. He owns a queen. I'm going to put this car up
Yeah, my
here.
my dad's the CEO of airplanes. We're gonna airdrop it because my dad's the CEO. We're gonna airdrop the car on the roof of the school.
I'm gonna even live in the car for like 2 days.
That's insane too, especially because it's one guy wanting that. Like, dude, you need like a team of
Exactly.
people to pull something like that off, you fucking
You
dumbass.
need like 12 what would it be 12 adults probably to help out.
And the equipment involved. That's such a
Yeah,
man, I
that's
should
a
have made some
mess.
crazy claim that I was gonna like, yeah, I'm gonna fill the hallways with fucking diarrhea for the senior prank.
I don't remember what the
Just me.
senior I don't remember what the senior prank was at my school. I think it was TPing the entire like lunch hall and then running away. That was it.
We were told because I apparently went to school in the fucking Soviet Union. We were
Mm,
told that we could not do a senior prank,
that's
and
cringe.
the way we wanted to work around that was we wanted the senior prank to be like nobody fucking shows up. But then they're like, well, you won't graduate if you don't show up. We can fucking look at it, and
Yeah.
then everybody was like, fuck, dude.
I
Though we did
know.
have senior skip day. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like we just fucked off.
I remember senior week or whatever it was called over here. Friday, we were there for like half a day, and then we were able to go home,
Oh,
and
that's
it was
sick.
like the awesome time to go home.
I always love that whenever we do standardized testing,
Yeah.
because we'd only have to be in the high school for yeah, like half the day. Then you could just get out and fucking smoke pot and drive
Hell
around
yeah.
and fucking go to park, do whatever you
Dude,
wanted to
half
do.
days were the fucking bomb. I think there was a whole week where it was just half days at my school. I don't remember
Yeah.
why, but it was like the best week ever.
Well, they do where I went to school. They do delayed start days, which was I think the first Wednesday of each month. So
Mm.
instead of going in, oh, excuse me. Instead of that sounded fucking
There
horrible.
was a demon
Uh,
in there. That was
yeah,
awesome.
dude. I'm letting the demon out. But no, we do the delayed start days like once a month,
Mm.
and that shit fucking ruled because I'd always meet up with some friends, and
Yeah.
I remember senior year it really ruled because when I turned 18, I got my first bong and stuff. It was this fucking 18-inch like beaker, just insane fucking bong, and I remember we'd just fucking take that thing. We'd go in the woods like an hour before school was gonna start, just like fucking rip it like it was our day job, like we
Hell
were being
yeah.
paid hourly to do it. And then we'd just fucking go into school annihilated off the weed. It was like the best fucking, it was like the best school experience ever.
Have you ever had a kid get in trouble for bringing a weapon to school? Because when I was
Um,
still in Ohio, a guy got in trouble for bringing a knife to school.
I don't think so. No, I don't think anybody ever brought a gun to school, but I remember one time I got the school. I didn't, well, it wasn't my fault the school got put on lockdown, but
Mm.
I essentially what happened is there is a 22 long rifle like casing. It wasn't a bullet, it was just a casing of a bullet. And
Weird.
it was on the floor in home ec class or whatever the fuck it was called. And I hated that class. That class made me want to fucking make out with a shotgun barrel.
That
But
was just cooking, if that's home ec.
no, well, no, it wasn't home ec. It was it was called practical living. So
What
like
the
half of it,
fuck?
yeah, half of it was like cooking and shit, and the other half was like, oh, here's how you fucking do laundry or whatever. It's like I already know how to do this shit.
Just let
But
me go home and do it.
no, I found this fucking 22 casing on the fucking floor,
Huh.
and there's this other kid. Like I sat like all the desks were in a row, but the person to my left, to my diagonal rear left, and to my rear were all my friends. So we
Yeah.
were all bullshitting, and I see this casing. And I'm like, I look at the redneck kid I'm friends with. I'm like, that's a 22 LR casing, ain't it? And he's like, yeah. I was like, should I tell the teacher? And one of the other guys was like, so I go up to the teacher, and I'm like, there's a shell casing on the floor. And she's like, what's a shell casing? And in my head, I'm like,
Bruh.
fucking retard.
Come on.
Yeah, bruh. But no, I was like it's like a 22 long rifle like ammo casing like once the round is I had to explain what an ammo casing was.
Yeah.
And she accused me of playing a prank. Like I was the one that tossed that there and was like,
Uh.
"Oh, teacher, there's a bullet on the floor." Like who the like I don't know. That teacher fucking hated me, but that shit pissed me off. So the school went on lockdown because I found this fucking bullet casing on the floor,
Erm.
and I still have a picture of it too on my fucking Snapchat memories of this just this bullet casing. And there's like a whole ass announcement over the fucking intercom,
That's
and
awesome.
I told the fucking teacher too before she made the call. I was like, odds are it's because it's already shot.
Yeah.
Some kid just had it in his pocket because he was shooting targets or hunting or something the day before. But no, they made like a whole big ass deal about it. The police came in and they
Ooh.
confiscated the fucking shell casing, and it was this whole fucking big deal. But I guess I kind of got the school put on lockdown one time. I always thought that was funny as fuck.
Oh man, I do have another story where I was charging my phone in the back of geometry class in like 10th grade,
Yeah.
and one of the guys that was in the class with me, I will say his name, but in a similar uh, wordage, so he doesn't get mad at me. A guy named Yas, just to censor it. Uh,
Mhm.
he stepped on the charger head and broke it, and there was a prong stuck in the outlet. And he did the dumbest thing I've ever seen, where he was about to use a pencil to try to take the prong out, and I said, "Leave it! Don't just leave it there. You're gonna electrocute yourself." And he
Holy
went, "Oh shit!" And he backed away. He was gonna use a mechanical pencil to rip it out of the wall, and I was like, "That's not gonna save you, buddy. Just leave it alone."
I just like I don't know if I did something like that, like I would definitely have left it be, not because I knew I would have shocked myself, but because I knew I was going to get chewed out by somebody over it. I
Yeah,
would have just left it be,
yeah.
said fuck it, dude.
And then he told all the people in the back of the room, "Hey, just don't touch this outlet ever, or you're gonna die." We just left it there. I think it's still in that outlet to this day. And that
Damn,
was
it was there the
like,
rest of the year.
yeah, it was there for a while, dude.
Holy
That
shit.
class was awesome too because all it was A squared B square shit the entire year. Pretty nice class. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Dude, school like, fucking was gay, but it kind of ruled sometimes, you know?
I
Like there was one time where like I did art classes. Like I'm not particularly good at drawing or like
yeah.
art or anything, but I just took them to get the credit because they didn't have like fucking shred metal guitar class or anything like that. So I was checked out. But no, I remember there's it was me and this one kid I used to hang out with in art class, and him and I would always bullshit all the time.
Yeah.
And they were doing because it was like kind of the more advanced art class, and I wasn't there due to my skill. I was there because I did all the other art classes, and there was just nowhere else they could put me. So they were gonna go to this fucking place in like Akron or something like that they do like art shit there, and it was supposed to be this whole thing,
Mm,
and we had to turn in permission slips. And it was like the day before the final day to turn them in, and the
yeah.
teacher comes up to me and he's like, "So, you gonna turn in your permission slip?" And I was like, "No." He was like, "Are you sure this place is really oh, Brookside, that's what it's called."
Hmm.
He was like, are you sure you don't want to go to Brookside Manor? And I was like, I'm pretty sure. And so I ended up not going, and this other kid and I were just because we had talked about it, we were like, dude, we're fucking not artists. We're
Yeah.
just here because we need the credit. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't fucking matter. And we knew that if we didn't go to this Brookside Manor place, we could just fuck off and play on our phones and be assholes
Yeah.
in front of the substitute who doesn't give a shit
There
already.
would quite literally be like two people in the entire classroom
Yeah, there was
looking at
like
their
four of us in
phones.
that class, and the other two, we all sat at the same table because the other two people, we never fucking talked to them.
Hmm.
So we just all like got at the same table, and we literally just fucked off and played on our phones the rest of
Hell
the day
yeah.
while the rest of the class had this like educational, art oriented, like, you know, you know, an experience they would gain from,
Yeah.
you know. But we were like, dude, fuck gaining from anything. I want to rot away on my fucking phone in second
Oh
period.
man. Art class was really fun because I was able to make a a rendition of Nice Peter traced with tape from a cassette player, and it was really fucking cool. But then the cassette the cassette tape fell off, so now I just have a tracing of Nice Peter from Epic Rap Battles in the background.
That's kind of funny. That is a cool art project, though. That's cooler than most of the shit we did in art.
Yeah, my sister was the diva of her class, and she was in there too. And
Your
I
sister
tried.
was your sister good at art?
Yeah, she had
Yeah,
like
mine
a
too.
understanding of everything art related, and she was going to go to college for it, but then she was like, "Well, I can't get a job as an
Yeah, thank
artist."
God she didn't go to art school, dude. Think about how
Yeah,
insufferable she'd probably
yeah.
be if she had gone to art school.
And instead, she did business stuff, and she's working pretty nicely. Um, but at the time, everybody was like enamored by her, I guess. So whenever she would leave the class, they would be like, "Dude, I would, I would hang out with your sister any time of the week." Type comments. And I was like,
Yeah.
this is not fun. I do not like this talk.
Remember that running gag I had for a while in the friend group where I wanted to fuck your sister?
I think you
That
had
was
that
pretty
joke
fucked.
too for my mom for like a year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did actually. You're right. I
It
forgot
was
about
like the most
that.
wild situation where I've heard it so much about my sister to that point where I was just
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Don't
what
worry,
the fuck ever.
don't worry. I moved on to Cody's mom,
Oh,
so
I thought you turned into a AOC fan, full
well, like
fledged.
I have like a shit ton of wives. Like AOC is my wife, Jenna
Mm.
Ortega, the one girl that used to work at the Petco in
Oh
Wadsworth,
shit.
Ohio. Who else?
I just know there's a lady. This is a shoehorned fact that I learned today. There's a lady that is the chief content officer or something for Hot Topic,
Yeah,
and her name is Zachatl.
Quetzalcoatl. Okay.
Uh, Zachatl or something like that. It's Xochitl. Um,
Yeah, fuck that.
and I saw it this morning, and I was like, "Am I tripping? Is that an alien? Is there an alien running Hot Topic today?"
No, it's literally like the fucking name of an Aztec god or something like that.
Oh,
Actually, in that episode we had to cut some shit from, I made the point that there aren't Mexican people named traditional Aztec names anymore.
mm.
And maybe that's one of the ones that are,
Yeah,
which is kind of a crazy, like, everything comes around at some point.
yeah. I mean, that part we had to cut out was mostly because of some people thinking it was very unsightly
Complaining,
and
lots of complaining from
yeah,
the
yeah.
liberal, lots of these liberals telling me I can't talk about Mexicans, I can't talk about Aztec people. It's rather disappointing and evil and disgusting.
It's not one of my favorites. Talking about these people in such a disgraceful manner is all we heard.
Un-
So,
Unfortunately, we have to talk about the Mexicans again. I wanted to avoid this rally,
yeah.
but seems like I can never avoid it.
But we were just trying to talk about an interesting subject, even if it seemed really off-putting at the time.
Yeah, I'm
So,
fucking done owning up to it. I really don't
yeah.
care anymore. I'm just gonna double down and go forward.
Outside of that, with the whole hot topic thing, it's the first
Yeah.
time I've looked at a hot topic in like a year and a half as like a place that would be kind of cool to shop at again.
Yeah, is Hot Topic like a dying business or
I
something
think
like that?
so, because it's mostly anime shirts and fake
Yeah.
piercings, and that's
No, you're
about it.
right. I didn't think about that because when I was like, because I used to go in there all the time, like middle school, high school, to buy like metal T-shirts and stuff, and like it was
Why
so
did my
much more
brain think?
fucking.
Sorry, my brain thought it was a shirt made of metal.
Yeah, dude, that's what I would buy. I'd buy chainmail at the. Yeah, I would
That's
buy
fucking
like
awesome.
chainmail at the Hot Topic, and it was so like so much more emo when I was buying chainmail there, and now it's like now it's more like squishmallow girl shit and
Yeah.
like low testosterone male clothing and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
those fucking low T's, we can't take them nowhere.
Yeah, dude, those low T's with the negative canthal tilt or whatever.
You are just using extra words you saw on Reddit, dude. It's so
I'm just throwing out
unbelievable.
incel terms. Some fucking looks maxing incel.
Some fucking phantom taxing Riz
Yeah,
Master.
some some skibbity cell fucking bullshit.
Skibbity cell. I don't even
Yeah.
know what that's supposed to mean.
Dude, I would kill to be a fucking toddler at a funeral with an iPad just playing Skibbity Toilet
Skibbity.
shorts as loud as possible on the iPad.
Rum dum dum yes yes. Rum dum 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 meep meep.
Here lies Joseph Holy shit. Here lies Joseph Tamerland. He was a great man, a veteran of the Korean War.
Skibbity
Skibbity
bop
dub.
bop doobie yes. Skibbity bop bop boom boom. Skibbity bop. Yes yes. Skibbity bop bop boom boom.
Apparently that shit actually happens. I've read some anecdotal evidence that there are kids that do that at funerals, but I gotta see that shit in real life. That's funny.
I can't
That's
wait for
hilarious.
Skibidi Toilet 79, I think, is where they're at. Something like that.
The fact that you
Yeah.
have like an estimate of where they're at is that's
It's kind of
insane.
like the Chris Chan doc. I think we're around 79, which is
Yeah.
hilarious.
Imagine like every skibbity toilet video was an hour. There's a whole fucking hour of skibbity toilet.
Last time on the Chris Chan doc, Skibidi da da boom boom, yes, Skibidi. Uh, Thank you all for watching and or listening and or watching and or listening to Northwest Trenches yet again. My name is Ronnie Guy, and this is my friend Shane, and we'll see you guys
Hey
next
yo,
week.
peace out, homeboys.